This
I think
conference will now be recorded.
Good.
I
Go
have
on.
gone to that two option constraint dependency and inclusion where I have taken one dependency where if one have to buy that product, then he have to buy another product. So I have taken that, but I don't know it's right or wrong. But I just tried it.
Mhm.
So
Okay. What else did you guys discover?
I didn't discover anything. Yesterday, yesterday was no discovery day.
Okay.
Right. For me, I think you
yeah,
played around with my system. I think from your end, and then I tried to figure it out what's happened, and then that's when I saw that is to do with the product option. You might not, but I think you probably did. So
I have
not
one
sure.
question. I have one old question about dynamic bundle. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Preet, how did you or Sajid, how did we assign that product field? Means I didn't understand that. Actually, I was trying that also, but I cannot do that also.
Product field, you mean product
That
family?
for the product family for that dynamic to be
That's there in our recording on Friday, right? That's what I had showed to Preet.
actually I have seen that recording, but it is I don't. I think it's means I've checked that it is empty after 1 hour. There is
Recording?
no recording. Yeah. So I have actually seen that Preet has actually uh, shown that field and all kind of stuff you and Preet were doing, but that recording is not available, I think, or that recorded, or it had not been recorded. I don't know.
I think the race is split into two, right? So if you see the one afterwards,
Okay.
that's the second part of it, because I think there was some sort of disturbance. And they had to be
Yeah, yeah.
split into two.
So split into two. Okay.
So it might be the fourth one, right? So I think you've seen the third one, right? Or the fourth
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
there's another one. After the one after that should be, it should be the continuation for the one before.
Okay.
So basically, one of the days the session is split into two because of some disturbance. We had to reconnect to something.
Right, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Sajil, what's the root cause of having problem with product family? So
Mm-hmm.
we have to declare a new product family if we have to use that while declaring products, or because when I was adding, like, remember that I was working on a code previously due to the price book, I was not able to add, and after adding the price book, I was able to see the products. But my product where I had options as well as features, so I tried to add that product into code, and I got the same error with the product family. I think I sent you a screenshot or line via chatter or so. Not sure whether you are, whatever the user you are on this our Salesforce.
So do you want to share and show it once?
Okay, let me go to.
Yeah. So Preet, Durvesh, and Vishal. So this project that we are doing, right? Let's
Mhm.
make sure that whatever we are covering is completed over there. The reason I'm saying is that would be the only point of reference that you guys will have whenever after we finish off the session. You can always come back to this project and you can see what is that we have implemented, and that will help you guys recollect all these things.
Sure.
See,
So,
gone, Vishal.
no, no, I was just asking like permission to share my screen. That's what it is.
So Navya, can you give Vishal the permission, please?
So Sajil, just quickly, I did go through the session again, and it just comes back to the same thing again. The first two requirements. Uh, do we need product rules for that?
So you need to first show me how the requirement is achieved. See, using product option, we can show that. But then what we wanted was after we select the product, then it should get added. So what you said, right, adding it to the product option.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then choosing, I think it was selected. So once you select the main product, the other one gets selected automatically, and you can't delete it. There's no option to delete it once you have it in your quote. Basically, that's what I was seeing anyway.
okay, yeah, we'll go through that once again.
Fine.
Vishal, are you able to share your screen?
No, I haven't got the permission yet. Which time zone Navya is in?
She is in IST time zone.
Okay. Not yet.
Okay, Vishal, you should get it in like next 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I got it now. So you guys can see it now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So this is my code I created and I went to edit lines.
Okay.
And adding product here. This is my first product which is the main product to add. And I select and I get this error SBQQ product family does not exist on
Exactly.
all.
This is the exact issue that we had covered.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Preet,
That's why
you want to
we
help
guys,
him out? Preet, you want to help him out so that we all remember it now?
Yeah, Preet, please.
Wow. No pressure then. Yeah. Okay. Right. What you have to do
I mean,
is
that way, I'm sure, this way, after this, everybody will definitely remember once you
Yeah,
explain.
right. So
Preet,
what you need to
can you tell from the scratch from the
can I share my screen then if that's the case? Yeah, please.
yeah, please, please.
That'll
what is
probably
that?
be.
Yeah, I will write it.
Yeah, so I understand that we have to go to setup to product and add a list value to the product family. That's what we have to do?
Yeah. So you need to edit the product. You need to add fields in the product.
Right. Yeah.
And then you
So
need
that,
to
right, we can go here, setup.
actually you carry on. Yeah. So I'm just looking at my screen just to remember the steps again. Yeah. So if you bear me 1 second. So if
Okay.
you go into product and if you go into
Yeah,
setup,
right.
field and relationships.
Yeah,
Go to object first, object manager, product, and
yeah,
then field and relationship.
right. But maybe I have to. because I work on the classic. This is a lightning thing, so I'm looking where
Right.
I work
Yeah.
on the classic one before.
So the easier way, Vishal, is if you go back onto the quote page, yeah, the page that you got there. It's fine. You can do it either way, by the way, you know. So, but yeah, if you click on that, if you click products
Product.
there, products at the top.
At the top. Oh, okay. And then it will show me that, yeah,
No, now if you click setup after this,
right.
oh, actually, sorry, you have to select the product first, I think. Have you got
Not
any?
not required, Preet.
Not
Not
required
required.
because
No, no.
Yeah.
that's an
Okay.
object.
Edit option.
No, just edit object at the no. See, you should have gone edit object there. Setup.
Yeah. Setup. I am in setup. Yeah.
Are you in setup? Okay, just go object manager.
Yeah. It's a little slow.
Oh, object manager. Click object manager. Yeah.
It's not showing that.
No, click on the
Uh,
tab, bro. Click on
tab
the.
tab.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
So if you go into field and relationships now,
Right.
right? So it'll be a new field. For formula, yeah, is the option for. And then text.
Yeah. I think it's and
Yeah, just call it broad family or something, you know. I won't call it the same name, yeah, because this is the issue I had initially
Okay,
as
so
well.
we
Because
have
it's very similar. Yeah, just call it something. Yeah. Okay, now
broad
text.
family. Okay.
Now, if you go into
what we are taking as a product family
uh,
formula.
no, for formula return type, you keep it as text. Yeah, so that's all
But
fine.
we started
I
with the
think
quote, right?
I think Preet, we should go for advanced formula and from there.
Right.
Correct. Correct. Advanced formula.
Yeah, that's what I was looking.
Insert field. Yeah. And
What we selected, we started with the quote or we started with the,
should be text and family are. Did I do it this way? No, if you close that down, yeah, close that down. Product. I
I
think
think single inverted comma, text, and in bracket product family.
no. It's just text and then in brackets family.
Okay, okay.
The one you said is for product option.
what is that? Product option?
Product family after that product, and then product family on the right one should be.
Okay.
Scroll down.
This guy?
Yeah, insert. And then before that, write text. And then opening brackets and closing bracket after family. Just check the syntax.
I think single inverted comma is needed.
No, not on this one, the rest. There's I think when you go into the product.
Okay.
Yeah, is
Okay.
that
Okay.
yeah, so if you save it now, next, then just make
So
sure it's
we
got
are
the permissions, yeah. So yeah, you go to next and save. And now if you go back to object manager, and project option, yeah, product option, rather.
this guy?
It's the one above, yeah, product option, that one.
So what we are doing now, adding this to
For this,
No,
you
just
need
click
to
on.
exactly the same thing, yeah. So just click on it. You need to add a field in there as well.
not clickable.
No, product option there on the blue. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
click on that. Field and relationships. So similar, exactly the same thing what you did with the other one, but the
Okay.
formula is different. Yeah. So if you same name as well.
Haha, what was the name?
Prod family, wasn't it?
Yeah. PRDO
Yeah,
PROD.
underscore
Yeah.
family. Underscore family.
yeah, it comes automatically if you
There you go.
use
There you go.
recently.
Yeah. Now
Next.
text on this one. And then the same thing. Insert field. No, I think inverted commas. The single inverted comma and then dollar sign and then inverted again.
So what you're saying?
Single inverted comma.
Dollar sign and then close it. So close inverted commas, yeah? Yeah, that's it. Then,
That's it?
yeah, that's
No,
it.
we have to. How it's gonna take value?
No, this is a dummy value. So
Okay.
just, yeah, just save it. I think
So
one
the
second. I think you may have to go into product action as well. I'm just trying to remember.
product where we have to go?
Yeah, I think we have to save the API name, no?
Correct,
Yeah,
correct,
that's
Uh,
what.
correct.
Yeah,
So if you go into product action,
product action. You said option.
Action.
Action.
Action. First, I have to pick up that API name from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So prod family. This is the name.
Underscore C. Yeah. Underscore
Yeah.
C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go
Object
to
manager. Go to object manager again. No, the same page. Same page.
and which
Search for product action. Yeah. Fields and relationships. Go to, I think, filter. The filter field. Yeah, that's it. So if you just click on the blue again, filter field.
Filter field. Sajil, what is target field?
Sorry, come again.
What is target field? I have heard this.
Scroll down, right?
Target field is the field on which you're putting the rule.
Scroll down, scroll down.
Okay.
Scroll down again. Yeah. So
this
you
guy,
see
right?
the values, yeah? So new. And then you paste the API name there and then just save it. And I think that should do the trick.
Let's see. Okay, we don't have to do anything else on Object Manager now. Let's go back. Uh, yeah, refresh codes. Sajil,
Huh? Yeah, Vishal.
yeah. So I was asking like, what I was asking. Yeah, setup classic versus lightning.
Right.
Everything is same other than the look and feel.
That's right.
Okay. So these days, what is preferable when we look for a job or so, like what they're asking for? Lightning.
Sorry, I didn't get
So,
that question.
so what I'm saying that setup, like somebody is working on classic mode versus lightning mode, which is now preferable in job market, like what they are looking forward to, and is there a crucial difference between to explain, or it is just look and feel, and this could be a faster way of doing this.
Right. So actually, you should always prefer for Lightning. The reason being, even all the implementations that is coming recently, it's all on Lightning. So, and
Okay,
also once you do, yeah. So basically, we still have that
I'm
issue.
still, yeah,
What did you guys miss?
we added
Did you do the field dependency thing?
field dependency thing, which was the adding the API to, or
No,
this
after you
field
add the
dependency.
API.
Oh, I think Vishal, you did not add a filter value in the product action.
Product
In product
action, we
rule, yeah, in product rule, I think we have to
so
add because we have pasted that API, na? We have to change
so
the
we,
filter value.
yeah, we
No,
added the
no, you need to go into product rule, Vishal. Not forget this. Go into your CPQ, product rules on the right, the next one. That's the one. Yeah. Okay, so if you scroll down, actions.
Related. Yeah, actions.
So it has a default filter.
Or just edit that.
Edit.
Yeah. So if you scroll, you know the filter field there, yeah? That's you see the, yes, down, scroll down. Filter information.
A
Below that,
filter.
below that. Oh, leave that as it is, yeah. Filter information.
Right.
So on that, you know the, so there you go.
Broad.
Select that.
And Sajil, if
Mhm.
this Lightning is paid version or it is free version?
No, no, it's not a paid version. It's just what comes with the CPQ. I mean, like with Salesforce.
Okay, okay. As you say, as Vishala said that what is preferable.
Uh,
So we can
Both are
do a
available. Both are available. I think one gonna retire in 2020 or 2021.
yeah, so they're gonna
okay.
phase out Classic, I think. Everything that from the job market in the UK anyway, it's all based on Lightning, and everyone's talking about Lightning. I mean, Classic, I think, is probably going to be phased out at some point. That's what my understanding is anyway.
Right, right. That's what I learned. But yeah, for the recent market, that's what I was thinking. Some jobs are like classic, some jobs are lightning. So that's why I
Yes,
was asking like,
our company still use Classic.
okay. Yeah, that's what like I was talking to somebody and he shared everything on classic. So now let me try again, go to codes. Hope this time it will work. New code. Yeah, it's working.
Working, yeah?
Yeah,
There we go. Teamwork, mate.
yeah.
Okay, Preet. Yeah, great job, Preet. Great job. Yeah, Preet and Durvesh. But you know
All right,
what?
thank you guys. Yeah,
I'm so glad that you guys have catching up so quickly. I mean, to be frank, this is really good. You guys are
thank
remembering
you,
and
sir.
you guys are getting a good hands on all these things because usually it takes really quite some time for people to. I mean, not that you guys solved it, but the way you guys were accessing the things, right? So
Yeah.
flawlessly, it's something really that needs appreciation, man. Yeah, I think you guys will learn very quickly. You guys are going to be good CPQ experts soon.
Wicked. Thank you. I'd like to hear that, yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's why I just kept silent and I was just going through how you guys were handling things. It's really impressive. Yeah,
So we three together can work on a job.
absolutely, man. You guys can put up a great project.
All right. Yeah,
So that is
Yes.
solved, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is all. I will
Okay.
go
So
for the
Pete, you
next
wanted to show
step.
something.
Was that?
Pete wanted to show something that he had tried out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
So
basically, uh, okay, can I share my screen then, please?
yeah,
Sure, sure.
I have stopped sharing mine.
Okay,
I had it
so
open.
I'm still waiting for the link.
Now, can you give the access to Preet?
No, still waiting.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
I mean, all it was, Sajil, just coming back to the product rules, right? So I felt that we did not need to create product rules for the first two requirements. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've only spent limited time on it. I was quite busy at work, and I don't really get the session until in the morning. So
Uh-huh.
I had very limited time, but from what the time I spent on things, what I figured was that you don't really need product rules for the first two options, unless obviously I must be doing something wrong, I'm sure, but
No, we can just definitely go through it once, what you have implemented.
sure. So basically, all I've done is gone on into product options, and then so in this case, let's say I've
We can set up the minimum maximum quantity and then we can utilize the options, I think.
yeah, so I've gone into the option and I've just ticked on selected. So when I go into quotes now and I select my main product, these appear automatically and I can't delete them.
Okay.
That's the one of the requirements, I think. It was if you were to select one, then the other should be, I
Maybe
think.
you can just show it to me on the quote once.
Okay, sure. So it was the GLS, and then I also did something with one of the service plans. It might have been this one. Okay. Or I'll delete this one actually, not this. So as you see, when I selected the Mercedes, all these other service plan, everything else is automatically added, and I can't really delete them.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the things that was asked for, or asked of us. So that was one, and then the other one was I think so it must be SP1. I think when I select SP1, then there's something else that comes automatically with it. Insurance, there you go. So the insurance comes in with the SP1. When I select the SP1, that's
Awesome.
added, and obviously it's got a price attached to it as well.
That's awesome.
But I didn't have to do anything with the product rules, is what I'm saying. So is that how I was meant to do it, or?
Sorry, I think your voice got a little cut.
I think, Preet, that's also a way to do it. So if we can do with product options, then we don't have to put a product rule there.
Right, okay. Because that's what I'm saying. I thought that we were meant to do something, with product rules to get to this requirement, if you like. But I tried the product rule side of it. It did not, work for me, or I could not figure out how to get it to work. And then I saw that this is also an option, and I went with
Right.
it. It just worked. So I'm not sure if this was a bit of a tricky question that we were meant to find out about options without. So I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah, I could be
I
doing
think
something
Did
completely wrong.
I
anyone else try this out?
not yet. But my understanding is, Sajal, that if product options are available while implementing something, we must suggest product option first, and then if we are not able to solve the problem with product option, then we have to get to the product rules. Is that correct?
Right, that is one way. But then one of the hidden things in yesterday's requirement was I blindly the only thing that I did yesterday when I gave you the requirement was I only reframed my statement for the first assignment that I gave you guys.
Yes, that we don't have to see a message for the first three. I think that might be in the clue, but I'm not sure.
Right. So the first, for example, the first one, right? This is something that we already did in the first assignment. But the only thing is when I framed that sentence, I only reframed it in a different way. But it was the same requirement that we have already done it in assignment 1. If you guys remember,
Yeah,
under the
yeah,
feature,
it was an alert. I think that's what we. Is that what you mean? Is that the one that you're referring to? And then we have to change it to validation, I believe. Is
no,
that
no,
what you
no,
mean?
no, no, no. So yesterday I gave 4 requirements, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that was assignment number 3. Before that we had search filters assignment, and
Yeah.
before that we had the first assignment which was related to bundles and dynamic bundles, if you guys remember.
Correct. Yeah.
Hmm.
So the only thing that I did yesterday was I only reframed one of the requirement from that assignment 1, because if you guys remember my first requirement, I had already told you that uh, I should be able to select one product compulsorily from one of the feature. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the exact same thing that was needed here. Only thing that was taken out was the feature. So we don't have the feature. Right now when I gave you the requirement, the only thing I told is for a particular product I should have an option pre-selected, which means that at least one product under that should be definitely selected.
Okay. Okay. I
You
think
understand what
I
I'm
have.
trying to say?
Yeah. 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 But for that, we have to use the dependency constraint, right, Sajil?
No. So this is exactly the first assignment. So first assignment, when you guys created Mercedes Maybach, for example,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you ignore the features,
Mm-hmm.
you take off the features from the picture, okay?
Okay.
And just think about the products that were involved under those features. So if I take up sound system, I don't exactly remember which feature it was, but there was a requirement for one of the feature that it should at least have one product selected,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There was a requirement that there should always be one product selected. It cannot go in without a selection. So
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
this was exactly the same requirement. The only thing is I took off the feature part from it. So right now I didn't want it to be controlled by the feature. I want it to be controlled by the product and the option. So I
So
have
what
a
I've done is
requirement.
correct, is it?
Sorry.
What I've done is correct, is it? Or is it the
Exactly,
correct
exactly.
way? Oh, it is. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how. I really didn't expect any of you guys to get that right. So yeah, Preet, I think you're catching up really fast.
I think you might have done, something yesterday with it, because when I was trying to prepare quotes and stuff, I was getting Mercedes and I was getting a couple of other things along with it, and I could not figure out how I got to that. It might have been something, like we must have done yesterday. I can't remember, but then through that I figured out how to, work on the
Okay.
product option side of it. But then I was like, oh, it's probably wrong because you asked us to work on the product rules, and I'm doing something completely different.
No. So the thing is, even Durvesh and Vishal. So one thing that we all have to remember is when we get a requirement in the real world, we will never come to know what needs to be used,
Right.
right? So the first step, I mean, after this course, I'm 100% sure that you can implement each and everything. Whatever is there in CPQ, you all three can implement each and everything in CPQ. But one thing that would be challenging is, and even if you attend this course twice or thrice, one thing that you guys have to learn by yourself is when you have to implement what. That's
Mm.
one thing I've been stressing from the very beginning, that I won't be
Mhm.
able to teach you. That only comes through your own understanding and experience. There are certain things that are very clear by CPQ itself. For example, the way we use search filter only for product selection. So that is something that is predefined, that you know, you don't have to, that's a no-brainer. You don't have to think anything. You just apply a search filter. But then as soon as you cross that page, as soon as you select a product and you come to the next page, it's a really tricky world out there. There are so many things. I mean, now that we have just covered two things, but there are so many other things, that might trick you into, uh, picking it up to solve a requirement.
Sure.
So the tricky part was in yesterday's requirement. If I would have told that there should be a condition on when these product has to be automatically selected, that is when you guys would need to use a product rule. For example, if I said that the service plan 1 year, right? When you select that, he automatically got the insurance, correct? But then what if I had put in a condition that service plan 1 year, but then it should not be sold in California. So I don't want to keep this offer in California.
Then we need a search filter.
No,
That's when you need the product rule.
exactly. So that is wherein in the error condition you will have a condition that if the code state is equal to, so you guys would, do you guys want to try it out, or do you want me to tell you how that needs to be done?
We can try it out.
Okay, so basically that needs a product rule. That is one thing I can tell. And second hint is the product action is needed over there. And the third hint is it would be a product rule of type selection. These are the three hints that I'm giving you. And for that requirement, my requirement says that when I'm giving this offer, we'll take up this same requirement, that service plan 1 year. I'm giving the insurance, but that insurance should be there only if that particular sales rep is from any other state other than California.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need to
Uh,
set up territory also for that to find out that where the sales rep is from?
So basically, you can get it from the account.
Account? Okay.
Yeah, the
Sajal,
account, there
can you
would be an
repeat it?
address. Yeah, sure. So my requirement says that. So right now, what we did is my service plan sells out an insurance for free. No, not for free. Okay, for 1,500. Um, for all the states. Okay. Now what my requirement says is, if it is a dealer or if the sales rep is from California, then he shouldn't be getting this offer. When he selects service plan 1 year, he will only be sending, or he'll only be uh, able to select service plan 1 year. He won't be having the option of insurance.
Okay. Okay. I will try.
So if they're outside California, or are they inside California? Sorry, I just to
Yeah.
clarify.
So if they are outside California, then they
Yeah,
get this offer. If they are inside California, they don't get this offer.
right. Okay, so they don't get the well, they don't get the insurance attached to it. They can just buy the service plan on its own.
Right.
Okay,
And then they have to pay more, or buy this insurance separately.
fine.
Okay, so you get that. So I'm giving you three hints. Remember the hints. And with the way you guys are progressing, I'm sure you guys can get this done. Just remember the hints. The first one is product rule of type selection. Okay, you guys have to create a product action as well for this, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. So you guys have to use a product rule of type selection and use a product action. So now it is up to you how you guys think. There are a lot of options when you go to product action. There are a lot of options. So you guys have to figure out based on the requirement which will be the most suiting ones. And somehow I feel that you guys will be able to get this done.
But we have two other requirements, I think, before that, or shall we forget about them and concentrate on this?
No, no. So uh, I mean, this one wouldn't take much time actually.
Right. Okay.
So
Fine.
yeah, this shouldn't be more than half an hour work.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Preet,
Yes.
can you explain me how did you do that option once again, please?
Yeah. Sure. Sure. So you go into products, yeah.
Yeah,
So your main product, uh, you're a Tesla guy, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So you're the Tesla man. So if you go into your Tesla
okay.
and you click on options,
Hmm.
and then the box that says selected, right?
Yeah,
So if you just click on the side here, edit that, and then just click on selected. So when you choose your Tesla, all of these selected boxes, whatever the products are, they will be included in the quote automatically.
okay. So this is for the one requirement.
This is one of them, and then for the other one, right? So what I did was I went into service plan.
Hmm.
So the product changes, yeah. So from your Tesla, it will change into service plan, because what we said was if you're buying the service plan, you'll get insurance with it for free.
Okay.
So I went into service plan, and then option wise, there was no option there initially.
Hmm.
So I then had to create an option, which was insurance,
Okay.
right? And then I, just like you created the option on the Tesla, just create
Hmm.
the option on the service plan.
Service plan is a product, right?
Service plan is the product this time around, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then I, went into select it again.
Okay.
So, but when then you went into quotes, you ordered the Tesla, and then you ordered the service plan as another product as well.
Okay. Okay.
So what this rule basically is doing that if we create an option and by default, if we set up that as a selected option, so
Correct.
whenever we select the main product, that by default that option is already selected in configuration, so it will automatically get onto the quote.
Yes.
Okay.
And the rest, don't forget to add the price, add the prices and price books and all the
Yeah.
rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh, can I have the I think screen share because I have done a weird thing or a different thing from the option constraint. If possible, Sajil, can I share my screen?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Can you show it?
I don't know what did I do, but
So are you guys on LinkedIn?
Yes.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. I started after 7 years again.
My last name is Chima, yeah, bro. If you want to find me, Preet Chima.
Okay. we'll do that. Because sometime like beyond training hours, if we need, we can ping there also.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. So can I get the sharing?
No, we are.
Vishal, do
Let it
you
be.
have it? Vishal, do you have the sharing rights now?
Durvesh need it. I don't have.
Hello, Sajil.
Yes, Navya.
Yeah, did you call me? I was in another call. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So Durvesh needs screen sharing access.
Sure, sure. Yeah, 2 minutes. I will give you 2 minutes.
Okay.
Sajil, I have just used the dependency where if you want to buy that product, you have to buy another product. Okay, I got.
Mm-hmm.
You can see
We'll
it.
we'll come to that. Yeah.
Just wait. So, so this is the we cannot select this, but if we select this, then we can select this. If you want to buy that option, then you have to buy this, then you can buy that.
Okay, but then this is different from our requirement, right?
Yeah, yeah. What did I do? But
Yeah, I like it as well. That's it looks pretty slick, to be honest.
yeah, because as you said that we want profit, so you-
Right.
That's another kind of requirement. I have seen that for one of the example online somewhere with you're selling some tacos and you select and other get selected. So and you make more revenue because it's a package deal and people buy it.
Right, right. No,
okay,
so basically what happens is this kind of requirement comes in where uh, there is a there are closely coupled products. Okay.
okay,
So for example, um, how do I tell you? Okay. Yeah,
Seat
for
cover.
example, if if I have the option of uh one second, let me think, okay. Okay, so suppose we did not have this bundling and I select I mean we did not have this feature based bundling. So now what I have is uh no, that won't work. Okay, one second. Okay, got it. So for example, if you have this option, consider sound system, okay?
okay,
And then under sound system, I also have uh, what do you say? Some an option of having a digital display or a non-digital display for my sound system.
okay.
Okay. So now, uh, until I don't buy a sound system,
Hmm.
I can't have that option of I can't just have that sound system display.
Okay.
I mean, this may not be a very good example, but if you guys understand, right? Or else, if you if you have a car and an insurance product available, so you cannot buy an insurance or a warrant or a maintenance plan until you have selected a car. That makes more sense to you, right? Because you cannot just sell. There are some products that you cannot sell independently.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you cannot just go and sell just an insurance or you cannot just go and sell just a maintenance plan, because you have to have that for something. That insurance has to be for a car, that maintenance plan has to be for a car. You have to sell that car first. So you select that car first, and then you can add those two products.
Sure. Just
That
like
is where
Okay.
pen and ink, right? So if you need ink, you need a pen kind of thing. Is that similar?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's similar. So there are products that are tightly coupled. That means the child product cannot be sold without selling the parent product. That is the business terminology. Okay, so that is where what Durvesh has done will be implemented. So Durvesh, maybe you want to quickly show them, or guys, I think, are you guys sure you won't get confused if you, this would be a different topic. So do you guys want to just have a look at it now, or you guys want to see it when we come to that topic?
Let's
No, no,
see
no.
then when we come to it, I guess,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. Let's wait for this.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. And so what about the third requirement? Did anybody try that out?
You said only two.
Yeah, I only had time for two, to be honest, and I was not even sure that I was doing them right, so did not even
Yes, yes.
get to the third one. Yeah.
Okay, I was just asking if you guys were curious and just wanted to try that out. Okay, but then I think now everybody is getting an idea of what product rule is supposed to do. I'm not saying that you guys know 100% that implementation, but then you guys are understanding what it is supposed to do for you,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Anybody who still feels little less confidence on, when a product rule should be coming into the picture, or what it exactly does.
No, I think we can means
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
I mean,
okay
concept
now.
is clear. Yeah, concept is clear. I just want to try and see how it, looks when you actually implement it, so.
Right.
Right. But
That's
then, guys, since you guys are getting very familiar with the system, right, with navigation and stuff, I think you guys are free to just, do anything. Like, if we are on a topic called as product rules, I feel that right now at this stage, you guys can just go and implement whatever you want. Just try it out. There are so many things. If you see that pick list, there are so many options. There is validation, there is selection, there is filter. So you guys can just check and just try different permutation and combination on what action happens. So usually what I suggest my students who come for the session is open one tab which will have a product rule. You create one product rule, okay, and then you
Okay.
open another tab with the code, and you can just quickly change the rule, save it, quickly refresh, add products, check it over there. What is the action? Quickly come back, change something in the rule again. In that way you can see the minute details of how changing one factor in the product rule changes the behavior of the code.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is something you guys can try it out. But then yeah, this this requirement, I would be really happy if all three of you get it right. The state one, right, the insurance one, it's pretty straightforward. I have given the hints as well.
Yes.
So
Yeah, yeah.
if you guys get it, then yeah, I think then we can, for the rest of the things, we can move ahead confidently, that mentally you guys are prepared now. It's just that you need knowledge of what it is supposed to do, and then you guys can figure it out yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is one thing you guys can try. And one more thing is, when it comes, so search filter, once we finish product rule, there is a part of search filter which needs little bit of coding. So I usually have that in my course. But then, if only if you guys have experience with Apex coding.
Well, me personally, I have no experience at all. So
Okay, what about Devesh and Vishal?
yeah, I have little bit coding experience, 18 years
Uh,
old, but I can
Apex coding, how to write an Apex class.
yes, I think we can write means it must be. object-oriented thing, right? Whether it's
Right,
Apex or right. So yeah, we can create class and method and object out of it. That's what we have to do. Extend those class.
right. And what about
Okay.
Devesh?
No, functional consultant.
Something I was going to ask you actually, Sajil, on this. Is it important for us to learn, learn, the developing side of things as well? To be a successful CPQ consultant, or take our careers further in Salesforce.
No, if you guys are very confident with the configuration, and if you know, see the implementation, right, at the functional level or at the business level, you can always guide the developer. For example, now that you are 100% sure that this cannot be done through configuration, then you can suggest them that okay, this particular thing you guys have to code it.
Right,
You get my point? For example, the reason I brought this up is once you guys get familiar with product rules, there is one another topic that comes in with a code or a plugin that search filter offers. The reason being, in search filters, you can add multiple search filters, right? I can
sure,
have one which says that product family should be dash dash, and then state should be dash dash, and my whatever should be dash dash. But then what happens is whatever entries we are doing into search filter in the backend, it is an it is an and clause. So my rule 1, 2, and 3, until and unless all three are not satisfied, I won't be able to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then in the real world requirement, you might get that, for you might need an or clause. For example, where state is equal to California or New York, and where product family is equal to hardware or software. So that or clause is not something that Salesforce CPQ offers through configuration. For
right,
that, you need to write a plugin code. So you don't have to be you should you don't have to be an expert in that. But
right,
if you get the gist of it, that okay, my requirement says that I should have an or clause. So you clearly got that okay, this is not that Salesforce offers through configuration. So you can suggest that okay, we can get this requirement done, but this would require developer efforts of coding into that plugin. So I will give you the details of that plugin, what that plugin is, and how I can implement that plugin, and you can
Okay,
suggest that
no
to the
problem.
developer.
Yeah, yeah, Sajal, taught teachers. No problem.
So
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
no.
maybe what I can do is I'll give you a very basic example of
Yeah.
how that code is written, and then I will also tell you how to set that up. Okay,
Hmm.
and then you just have to remember it. So in real world, whether you be a functional level, a consultant level, or at a developing level, you just have to be able to understand. Okay, this requirement I have to write code. So let me suggest them that okay, there is a plugin class available which through which you can achieve this requirement. You should implement that.
right.
sure.
Is
Okay.
it, is it
So
difficult to
basically,
learn
uh,
coding? Is it for someone
sorry.
like without any experience? Is it difficult to learn it?
It's not actually difficult, but then yeah, you need to have some prerequisite experience on coding to have that. Because I'll give
Right,
you an example, you will understand that. But then if something comes out of that, something different, then it would be difficult to do it.
sure,
Yeah, but then yeah, at a functional level, at a consultant level, it's not required that you should know how to code that plugin. You just need to be aware that there is a plugin,
right,
right? So, but remember this: whatever conditions you add in search filter is always an and clause. So until and unless all the things are not satisfied, you won't see that product. And if in future they come up with a requirement where there is a or clause, that is A or B like that, then you have to go for a search filter plugin class.
right. Okay.
Right. Okay, good. Thanks for that, Sajil. One question on this topic of CPQ consultant as a role. So,
Uh-huh.
what we are learning in this training module, which will lead us towards CPQ consultant based on our input as well. Do you think
Right.
is there anything else is required on top of this from Salesforce, any module like admin or anything else, like Sales Cloud versus this cloud versus that cloud?
It's good to have a minimum Salesforce admin experience. Should if you are good with the admin side, and if you see after this CPQ level, I would say you would be somewhere between intermediate and advanced with CPQ,
Okay,
which is a good thing. But then on top of that, if you have an admin side as well, then it would actually give you an edge when you go for your project and all those things.
okay,
Because you remember when I told you about first session or second session, I told you about process builder, the flows that
right,
was used
right,
in one of the. So these things you need admin experience to understand these things.
right. Okay.
That is the reason. Otherwise, just CPU, yeah, it would be good for you.
Because whenever I'm looking at like job portals, they are asking more than these CPQ functions which we are learning and which you put in the course content. So that's why I was asking, like, I think something is missing, which might be like excel us at that overall consultant role, CPQ consultant role.
No. So basically, in the job description, they would mention more of developer come CPQ kind of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
then even if you are confident with the admin side and the CPQ side, for a consultant or for a techno-functional role, it is more than enough.
Okay, so
But then
two
what I
things.
would suggest you, read like like what Preet has, right? The idea of sales, how sales works,
Right,
and
right, right.
how the business works at the sales end. So those things you don't have to go as deep as how Preet knows, but then at least the outer side of it, like how this is going to help in the sales part. All those things,
Right, right.
if you're not completely into the development side at a techno-functional or a consultant level, you should be aware of all these things.
So like
Maybe Preet
sales
can
process, sales admin, and CPQ.
correct. Maybe Preet can keep a good session on how the sales and the CRM works.
Bonus session from Preet.
One session from Preet.
I'm gonna charge in pounds, yeah, just so that you guys know. Sajid, while we on this topic, just quickly, I know it's late for you. I apologize, but
No,
just
that's
quickly,
okay. Go ahead.
what is the purpose of Sales Cloud qualification? Because that's one that I was gonna look into for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I mean, what is the purpose? What does it do? I mean, what is different? It does, which is what does it do, which is different to CPQ, for example?
No, so Sales Cloud is completely a different segment altogether.
Right.
So CPQ, so if you see the sales cycle, if you would be understanding this much better. So when you have the sales cycle, like when you have the lead and then you do the account and
Yeah. So
opportunity.
before you close it, prospecting, all the rest of it, the different stages, if you like.
Exactly. Different stages of the sales. And then CPQ is the end of it, that you already acquired the customer
Right.
and then
Right.
you are going to quote something.
But do these complement each other? These two?
Exactly. So see how Salesforce works is you have a marketing cloud. That is where you do all your campaigning and stuffs
Yeah.
to get the leads. Okay, so that deals with the marketing cloud. And
I
then you
understand. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
yeah, and you guys understand, right? Durvesh and Vishal as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Salesforce has a marketing cloud wherein you do all the campaigning. That is all the things that you do to get the leads.
Hmm.
Okay, and then you have the sales cloud that takes you till getting that customer, that it becomes your account, that you get that client. That is your sales cloud. Then earlier they then had the service cloud, that is the support part of it, that you have some issues, so you raise a case. You normally see, right, whenever you are ordering something, you find some
Right, right.
issues, the case. So that part of thing is also handled in Salesforce at the service cloud end, wherein you raise a ticket and there is assignment rules wherein that case gets assigned to different members. So basically the CPQ exactly fits in just after the sales cloud. That is, I have my client now, I have my opportunity, and I'm going to quote it. So before I create an order, before I create an order, the quote process is what CPQ does. The quotation that I send to the customer to help me do that in a best way is what CPQ helps in the sales life cycle.
Sure.
Sajid, as
Yeah.
Salesforce has CPQ, my company also uses two another CPQ like Pros and Aptus, but they said that don't worry about that. But what are
Uh-huh.
they are also good or they are not better than
Which one?
Salesforce? Pros and Aptus.
Aptus, see,
Pros.
we had Aptus running in a lot of clients few years back, but then right now it's
Hmm.
actually everybody's opting for Salesforce CPQ because of the good support that they get, the technical support that they get, because it's a Salesforce product itself, right? Whereas
Okay.
whenever there is an issue with Aptus CPQ, you have to connect with the Aptus support, and that's altogether a different story.
And for the Pro Smart CPQ, what it is also
Pro Smart, I've not come across this, to be frank.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys, I will make a move. I have to pick up my
yeah,
kids
yeah, sure.
from school.
Guys, anything else, or we can close it anyways?
Yeah.
I think it's a good session, and Sajil, as you're giving us more input towards like roles and responsibility of a consultant, it's gonna be
Yeah,
a good outcome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely. I really want to see you guys in really good projects and good positions, after the sessions. And then maybe I can hear good requirements and good implementations that you have done after that.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay. Sure, guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.